Hello again. More article reviews. We're back to doing that. Specifically, The Healing Power of Touch by Sebastian Aucklenberg. This is a very short article, but something that I thought I'd bring up because I think everyone kind of knows this already, but people don't really, I don't know. The good things are easy to forget. So, the reason I bring this one up is because I actually think we just need reminders. This is a very short article. It's a meta analysis of 75 different experiments utilizing 13,000 test subjects or human beings. It's another way to describe them. And it's just assessing touch and the importance of touch. And we have the research that shows that this is good for mental health. So take this as a reminder. The two categories we're looking at briefly here. One is babies. So infants need that. You can look at so many horror studies of, orphaned infants and babies being left and not touched well and how much they struggle with attachment as they grow up. And some of that's because of cruelty. Other times it's because you have very few people trying to attend to dozens of orphan children, and there's only so much they can do for touch. So it's not just a condemnation of all these people, especially in war-torn or disaster-torn countries where they're doing their best. I understand that. But I actually hadn't heard this term before, which is weird because I feel like I would have, but kangaroo care, holding a baby to the chest in skin-to-skin contact. So I've heard that, just not the kangaroo term. So we know that that's good, but the more important factor here, there's actually two things that I want to, this is going to be a short video, to focus on, which I think are very interesting, and it's the very last paragraph of this article, but describing that adults, in terms of their physical touch intervention, it's typically hugs and massages that they benefit from. So hugs being the more accessible for most of us, but these are important. So especially a lot of you guys out there who act like you don't want a hug, accept the hug. And it's not just a guy issue, but it's, I think, more of a guy issue. But take a hug, accept it. I think a lot of the research, this article doesn't talk about it, but a lot of the research shows 20 seconds is like an optimal amount of time for oxytocin to release and give you that feel good experience. So you don't have to do 20-second hugs, but my typical rule for hugging when it comes to friends and people I care about is I just hug them until they let go, which I know if both of us have that rule, it's forever and there's going to be a stalemate at some point. But I typically will just give someone a hug until they choose to let go. And so, which for some people it's really quick. What I've learned is other people hold on longer. I think people have an awkwardness and feel like they have to let go earlier than they really do. But the interesting thing here is that this type of touch showed a reduction in feelings of depression and anxiety, as well as relieving physical pain. The massage makes sense, but the hug is interesting, isn't it? That would release physical pain. And what I really like about this is as we enter a new era of existence, the researchers here took a look at robots giving massages, not hugs, but massages. And they found that a robot massage did have positive effects on physical well-being. So things like pain relief and reduction there. But the statement here is they were less effective for mental health. So you didn't get the same mental health benefit from a robot as you did a human. So keep that in mind for all of you who are looking towards technology to take care of your human needs. It's impossible. Robots can do a lot of things well. AI can do things well, but they're not real in the same sense. So it'll always fall short. Just something to think about. Anyway, something to think about. Get your hugs in. Get your daily dose of hugs. See ya.